I was just in India and now I'm in Turkey and I'm going to do Euro summer, and I'm probably going to end up going to Bali. I'm not decided just yet, but I'm just kind of like booking it as I go. But I did leave my job, so that was in the start of May. I'm kind of living off vet nurse school and baby pets at the moment, which are like blow me away with how they are going. I just kind of like have like imposter syndrome about how good they are, and it's bizarre, but it's amazing. And also I had worked at this clinic for 10 years, so I got paid out for my long service leave, and I put my apartment on Airbnb, so that's kind of taken care of. The only thing is, like, I would kind of keep going for longer, but I miss my dog. Also got traditional Turkish delight. Oh my god, it's so good. A lot of people ask me about India as well, and like if I felt safe or not. So I did a tour, so I was with a group of like 7 people. I probably wouldn't do it on my own as a female, but in the group, totally fine. There was like it was only in Delhi that I felt that I had to kind of look after my bag. Everyone kind of saw this video, and this video specifically, like, it's very edited, like, to make it look like it's just men that do this, but it is kids and women that come and ask for the photos as well. It's not that they're being creepy, it's they're not used to seeing people, fair skinned people, bleach blonde people. So I think it is all very harmless, and like this video kind of obviously makes out that it's just like men, but it's not. It's definitely not.
This video that it's not just the men, it's the women as well, and little kids. I think it's all pretty harmless. Like, they were all really sweet and really kind. Now I'm going to answer some questions about men.
The lighting here is exceptionally good, and I just thought I was going to like answer some of these questions for you.
And answering the most common question of all:
how much a vet nurse actually gets paid, because that is the number one question that I'm asked all of the time. So could you do a video on how you can best remember terminology and medications? There's no kind of quick fix for this kind of thing. You will absorb the most information when you're invested in what you're doing, and you're asking questions, and you're there, you're hands-on. What medication's this? What medication's that? Why are you using that? Ask questions, be involved. When you're interested in something, that is when you soak up the most information, and you will remember it. You will remember, oh, that's this because of that case that we did. When it comes to like medications and things like that, offer to get your vet's medications ready. You know, the more that you're in that cabinet going through the medication, or if you're helping with ordering medication, that is where I kind of picked up a lot of it. You're going to pick up more. The more that you're hands-on with it and you're looking at it every day, that's when you're going to kind of really grab onto that information and remember it. Okay, now these questions are about like pay. How much did you find your pay starts at and rise to after a few years? Does it increase gradually with experience? So pay does come with experience. You've got like, you're a junior, you've got level 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you've got like a practice manager or whatever. It does increase every year until I think you're about 21, and then will increase every year probably with your kind of performance. You can also request a pay rise if you feel like you are exceeding, you know, where your pay's at. Personally, would always try and work for a privately owned clinic over a corporate. I've heard many nurses before say that when they've asked for a pay rise, they just kind of get shut down. It is a constant battle with that. People like the stability and kind of the structure of a corporate, which is, if that's what you are looking for, totally fine. But I find that you get a little bit more freedom and a little bit more kind of say in your pay if you work for a privately owned clinic. Also, like, observed nurses in privately owned clinics, if you are kind of exceeding expectations of your employer, they will recognize it. Well, hopefully they will recognize it, and you might often be given a pay rise. That's what I've experienced in the past. If you do well, you will get, you know, compensated for that and kind of rewarded. If you feel like you're not kind of getting anywhere with that kind of thing, it might be worthwhile sitting down and having a discussion with your employer about it, or maybe looking at elsewhere. Vet nurses are hard to come by. Once you're qualified, I would definitely stay in a clinic until you're qualified if you can, and then kind of explore your options with kind of pay rises and different kind of wages. I'm going to go over the baseline award rate here in Australia for kind of junior nurses, qualified nurses, and practice managers. So this is a newly updated one in 2023. Introductory level, so that would be if you're a junior, like you're a trainee, is $21.38 per hour. A level 1 it goes level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. This could be like the first year, second year, third year, or after you're qualified, potentially. It depends on your clinic how they kind of look at that. It's probably different in the corporate world. They've probably got a real structure going on. But level 1 is $21.97. Level 2 is $23.74. Level 3 is $24.76. Level 4 is $27.02. And a practice manager, the minimum rate is $28.39. I was paid more than this, but you have to also remember I was in that clinic for 10 years. So I knew that clinic like the back of my hand kind of thing. So don't expect to go into a clinic you're fresh to, you don't know anything, where anything is or anything, and ask for a really high rate. I would be going in for the first 3 months or so, if you're qualified, working your ass off, and then going, hey, can we have a look at this again? You can also work in clinics that you do overtime as well, and obviously you would get overtime rates for that. You could also look at working in emergency clinics, so 24-hour or overnight clinics where you do get paid very handsomely. That is definitely an option. I did that for a little while. I was working full-time, and then I was doing weekends in like on a Saturday nights, Sunday nights at an after hours. I did it probably for like 3 months, and I was like, I'm exhausted. I would work from like 6 p.m. till 6 a.m. and I just was like, this is great, the money was great, but I'm like, I'm so tired, I need to sleep. Some people love it. I know people that work in emergency clinics and have done that their whole nursing, and they couldn't work in GP. That's just, if it suits your lifestyle, go for it. And if you earn quite good money doing it, so that's absolutely great. I found that for me to live comfortably, I had to be doing something on the side of vet nursing. That's just me. Like, I own my own apartment, so I've got a mortgage, I've got, my bills and things like that. But I also wanted to do holidays. I wanted to live comfortably, on my own. So that's why I started my 2 businesses, and I do content creation as well, which I earn a bit of money from. So I kind of got into my head that this is great as a base. My vet nursing is great, but to kind of build anything else, I need to be going home and working on something else. For some people that is an option. For some people, they don't have any interest of doing anything out of their their daily kind of shift, like their 9 to 5, which is totally fine. But if you feel like you would like to earn more money and do vet nursing at the same time, I would definitely try and look at another way of making money on the side. This could be dog sitting, dog walking. If you are looking for extra cash, I know a lot of nurses that have done dog sitting over the weekends, or they go and stay at someone's house and look after all their pets. It pays really well. So if you've got no kind of strings attached at home, I would definitely be looking at doing that. You can do selling templates on Etsy. Etsy is wild. I've put some of my vet nurse school stuff on there. It's bizarre. I don't even have to do any kind of marketing. You could create a pet product that you want to sell. You work with animals every day. Find something that answers an issue, something that answers people's questions, something that can kind of fill a gap and help pet owners. If you want to create like a pet product, design something, sketch it up, go on to Alibaba.com and email some manufacturers in China or anywhere in the world. There's manufacturers in Bali. There's all these things that you can do. You can create something handmade and sell it online. There's so many platforms that you can use, like Shopify, or what's another one, Squarespace. You are probably the best advocate to sell anything kind of pet related. You work in the industry. So that's kind of where I kind of jumped onto and kind of have been able to kind of step away from vet nursing for a little bit. Not say then that I'm leaving nursing as such, but it has given me that kind of freedom. So I hope this answered some questions for you. If you've got any questions, pop them in the comments below.